WKNJ 90.3 FM livestream.com/EAR to the streets every Monday night, 9 to midnight. I want to say first of all, thanks to Mr. Beats for coming through and blessing the turntables for us. And we spun his joints, we spun Keep Rockin' and MC on the MPC. I said it right that time. Yep. But now we also have another very special guest in the house. He hails from Jersey City, New Jersey. He's a renowned break dancer and MC.
I don't know about renowned dancer.
But you get around. Hey, I'm a radio person. That's my job to hype everyone up.
Right.
We have Mazzi Soul Purpose. Thank you for coming through. It's been a minute.
Wall Street handshake. I appreciate it.
You know that. so what's going on, man? What's new? What's going on in your world? You're a man I see everywhere.
I mean, I just try to stay in the mix, you know.
I see I see you all over the place. You're all over the city. I see you at Sutra Lounge every Tuesday. Well, every Tuesday I go there, I should say.
I'm not there every Tuesday.
But every Tuesday I go there. But
it is a place where a lot of my friends are, and I do go and see them at times. Yeah.
But also, what's been going on in your world, man? What's been happening?
I've been traveling a lot. Took a little break from it, but I'm gonna start traveling, God willing, again real soon. Got like 6 EPs in a row that I'm planning to drop, and the first one is called Digital Digging. It's a free EP that I'm putting out. It's just me going online and finding obscure loops and samples and instrumentals, obscure ones, and just rhyming on them. And then after that comes the Voltron series, which is 5 EPs in a row. Each one is produced by a different producer, and each one is 100% for a different charity.
Oh, wow, that's what's
up. So the first one slated is with Young Guru. He did all the beats, and 100% of the money from the sales of the EP is going to go to the Boys and Girls Club. And the second one is supposed to be with, we're almost done with it, is with Harry Fraud. Third one, Sean C. and LV. Fourth one, the Beat Miners. And fifth one, Frank Dukes, possibly. So all this is things we're working on at the time, but some of them are more done than others.
Okay. Now, also, I know you had a mixtape with Static Selector.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a mixtape. It was original beats. So I hate that word mixtape.
Because that's what it was. Everybody all on the blog said
mixtape. Yeah, it was a street album. It was
like
basically a street album because it wasn't really. Maybe there was like one instrumental on there. The rest were like beats, original beats, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, Static got on and he produced one of the joints, one of the singles, Preposition, and then also he hosted it.
And then I know one thing about you, and a lot of your rhymes and the way you carry yourself. I can tell you have a lot of love for hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And why do you think it's very important for MCs to have that love in general for hip hop? Because a lot of MCs, they'll just say, I'm in it for the bling bling. There was a blog the other day where a guy said everybody who says that they're just doing it for the love, they're a pack of liars. It was a whole thing. Well, people were going back and forth. Now, how do you feel about that?
I think an MC who doesn't love the culture or doesn't do it essentially and initially and primarily for the culture is like a chef who hates food.
Agreed.
And you're making the damn food. Why are you hating it? You know what I'm saying? Or why don't you love the food you're making, you know?
Okay.
And it shows in your cooking. If you love the food, you put love into it, it shows. And the same thing goes for your music.
And I got a chance to. I've seen you rock numerous times. How did that feel for you to rock on the Rocksteady stage? That was your first time performing at Rocksteady, or did you rock?
My fifth.
The fifth time. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, when I get to Rocksteady, I'm always getting there late at the end.
So actually, no, it was my fourth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're rocking in front of a crowd like that, as to see, because in New Jersey people don't support hip hop in the masses unless it's like Rocksteady. Mm-hmm. Well, how do you feel about that? Being from Jersey, I mean,
exactly. I felt at home, so it's like I've rocked around the world, but when I come home, I'm the most amped. I'm always amped, but I'm hyped because it has this certain feel to it. It's just I lived in Newark. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the city next to it, Jersey City.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was hyped. Just ready to go berserk. If there was a roof, I'd go through it. You know?
And how was it when I know you said you travel around the world. How do they embrace hip hop in other countries as compared to here?
Beautiful, man. New York is spoiled, man. Beautiful. Not that I don't love the New York crowd. I love it, but we are spoiled, me included. You know, we get so many things music-wise, and people all around the world, especially third world countries, they don't have it as easy, so they appreciate it much more. You know.
Okay. So is there anybody in the future that you'd like to collab with, or any producers that you're thinking about maybe getting to work with?
Actually, I just finished building again with Ski Beats, so.
Oh, he just did all the stuff for Locksmith from the West Coast.
Yeah. So hopefully, me and him are gonna collab to do a song in relation with the Voltron series in the EP. You know, throw it as a bonus cut somewhere, probably. You know, that's what I'm talking to. That's what I want to work with. Of course, Primo. I like Timbaland a lot. So who knows? One day, one of these things might happen.
And where does the drive come from? Because you're one person I can say whenever I see you're always amped, always positive, and it reflects in your music. And when you make joints, they're very complete albums, because I like you really embrace the culture as being a b-boy and then also as an MC. And the way you embrace the culture and the love that you have for the music, where would you say that comes from?
It comes from negativity. You know, I grew up in a real negative, messed up environment, so hip hop was always an outlet for me. And you know, you turn that negativity to positivity. That was my channel. That was my release, and it always has been. Without music, and of course, you know, your family and spirituality. Without music, though, in particular, that's what we're talking about. I wouldn't be the person I was. I'd be lost in a lot of ways, you know, or in a lot of trouble legally.
I mean, hey, we all go through the ups and downs, but you're here now. That's the main thing.
Yes, sir. God bless.
But now also, with the whole, when you said, and I know you mentioned how the way they embrace the culture in other cities and other countries, do they draw the numbers like we do over here? When I say as far as attendance at shows, or how is it, or is it like?
Well, that's another thing. In New York, you'll have like 7 shows in one night. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Over there, they're just gonna have that one show, or maybe 2. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. So yeah, naturally you're gonna draw more of a crowd, and there's, like you said, more of a, like I said earlier, more of appreciation. You know, so that's a great thing.
So do you have any shows coming up? Anything in the future right now?
Shows coming up. Not that I know of. I'm very laboratory bound right now. You know what I'm saying? Really cooking up things for my project, and also Vicky Green's project. She's also here. She has
Vicky Green.
Anyway. Vicky Green is a female MC out of Harlem / Yonkers, and she's on the come up, and I suggest everybody to look out for her. It's at what's your Twitter? At Vicky Green of NYC. So definitely check her out. You can learn more about her. I'm gonna let you know. She actually did a feature on the Digital Digging, which is the free EP that I'm putting out with her.
Okay.
And she's did a feature on there, and you know that'll be her, hopefully one of her bazooka blasts into her own project. You know?
Okay. Well, Mazzi, I want to say thank you for coming by, and I want to get into this joint with you and Vicky Green right now.
And also, you gonna play the other joint?
Yeah,
too?
we're gonna play the other joint as
The
well.
other joint, I on purpose brought it, on sole purpose brought it, because it's a joint I did with Sky Zoo for a project with Mick Boogie and 6 Sense, and it's I'm talking about Jersey, so you're gonna see the love for Jersey I have on there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you can play that later. But for now, it's Dirt All By My Lonely. It's a naughty remake, that one. But anyway, this joint is called Concrete Waves, featuring Vicky Green. Check it out. It's on a Digital Digging EP, which is coming out very soon, in a couple weeks, hopefully, God willing. Yes.
Livestream.com, ear to the streets.
At It's Mazzi.
And that's his Twitter. And I found that, and I'm following you, so follow back. You know, I'm very
Yes, sir.
big on that.
I'm very lazy with that, but we'll see what I will.
Livestream.com, ear to the streets. Lego.